Welcome to Ask Dalya Live. Get your grant-related questions answered here every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 12 noon Pacific Time. In each session of Ask Dalya Live, I answer grant-related questions that people like you have asked me. If you would like to ask a question today, please enter it in the comment box and I'll answer it either today or in a future Ask Dalya Live session. If you'd rather just listen in, that's totally fine too. Just to let you know, these sessions are recorded, so if you miss one or if you want to refer back to a session, look for the recordings on the Writing for Community Success page on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or YouTube. They're all linked below. A little about me. I've been a nonprofit grant writer for almost 25 years, and I'm the award-winning author of Writing to Make a Difference, 25 Powerful Techniques to Boost Your Community Impact. I'm also the instructor for the new on-demand course track, co-created with TechSoup, and it's called Grant Writing and Management. Oddly enough, it's designed to be your starter kit for grant success. You'll find that it takes a much deeper dive on today's topics with the guidance and tools you need as a grant seeker. More information on the course track is available in the description below. I have learned my share of lessons in the grant world, and now I want to share that knowledge with you. So let's get started checking the questions that came in. Question number 1. How important is the evaluation piece in a grant proposal? Well, you probably know that evaluation and accountability have been major concerns of funders for years. They want to know what's working, what's not, how your organization is or is not accomplishing your mission, what needs are going unmet in the community, and how you might make improvements at your organization. In fact, if you're just doing your work and you're not evaluating or measuring your effectiveness, most funders will not be very interested. You'll have to prove that you actually make a difference in your community. Think about it. If they don't know how well something works, how can they justify supporting it? Evaluation will help your organization internally as you go about making plans to improve your work in the future. And funders know that, and they want to help you do that. Your prospective funders have to be convinced that your articulated plans show promise in effectively addressing the community need in the short term and as part of a long-term strategy. Your method of regularly evaluating your success should use both numbers and narrative. That is, it should be quantitative and qualitative. And you're aiming to show a level of impact that is appropriate to your program stage of development. Of course, once you get the feedback you need, funders want to know that you're going to use that feedback and information to continuously get better at what you do. No matter what resources you have at your disposal, I encourage you to do even a bit of evaluation because a bit is better than none. So measure what you can for now and then make incremental improvements to your evaluation methods over time. Remember, implementing or doing your program is one thing, but how much of an impact it makes in your community is quite another, and that's what funders care about. Okay, question number 2. How do I find a fiscal sponsor? Are there organizations that just do that? Well, thank you for asking. And before I answer, I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page about what a fiscal sponsor is. A fiscal sponsor is a like-minded nonprofit that agrees to administratively sponsor your nonprofit project in exchange for a fee. That fee is usually around 9% or so. This is often how new projects get started because they have not yet gone through the somewhat long and kind of arduous process of becoming an official nonprofit with the IRS designation called 501c3. The sponsorship makes the newer project eligible for grants, and that's what is very key here, right? That's what we're after. So to find a fiscal sponsor, I would recommend looking for an organization that does similar work to yours, or another organization that is interested in your project, and go ahead and approach them and see if they're interested in being your fiscal sponsor. You may already be partnering with some organizations, so if you are, they may be good prospects for this. It could be a pretty easy ask if that's true. And if it's not, if you don't really have any partners right now, that's okay. Keep looking for some organization that would be interested in partnering with you in this way. There are also some nonprofits specifically set up to do nothing more than fiscally sponsor other nonprofit projects. And those are scattered throughout the country, so you can easily find them online. I have had clients that start out as fiscally sponsored projects, and they may decide later on to become their own 501c3s. And they know that if they do become independent like that, then they're going to have to do all the administrative work themselves that the fiscal sponsor used to do. So just be aware of that. One client organization told me that the best decision they made when they were starting up was to become a fiscally sponsored project of a very supportive and helpful fiscal sponsor. So make sure that whatever fiscal sponsor you end up with, you've done your research on them and you know that they're going to be helpful to you in the ways that you need. Okay, question number 3. I am a new grant writer, and I would like to know if there's one uniform structure or outline for grant proposals. Let me tell you, each grant proposal is different, and you're going to notice slight or even dramatic variations. So there are some similarities that you can expect to see and prepare for. If you develop a template, or sometimes people call it a kitchen sink proposal for your organization, then you're probably going to have most of the information you need as you go about applying for different grants. Then it becomes a matter of cutting, pasting, tweaking, and updating the material as you customize each proposal for each specific funder. You should know that some funders have banded together to create what are known as common grant proposal formats for their regions, and those are in different areas of the country. So you should check the grant makers network in your area of the country to see if they have a common grant proposal, and if they do, you can use it. In my grant writing and management course track online, we use a generic grant proposal template that I have put together, and we work through the various components of it throughout the course. Question number 4. How can we deal with another nonprofit that serves the same group as we do when they are less than honest and not very transparent? I found that funders are unaware what is the truth, and I believe it hurts the community. Well, that's a tricky one, I have to tell you, because you don't want to speak poorly about another organization, right? Instead, emphasize the credibility and support that you have. For example, if you have a lot of reviews online, or if you have excellent ratings from independent agencies, that will help you. And make sure that your online presence is a thorough one, because funders will find you. They're going to look you up. Maybe you have some stellar media coverage or wonderful endorsements from other people in the community, maybe even other funders or celebrities. All of that social proof can help you as well. So basically, you want to play up your strengths and make sure that you're sharing clear and complete information with the public. So keep it positive, transparent, and you will attract positive attention from funders. That wraps up today's session of Ask Dalya Live. Thanks for joining me. I'm here every second and fourth Wednesday of the month at noon Pacific time. Be sure to stop by again and tell your friends and colleagues. Recordings are available on this Writing for Community Success Facebook page under videos, and on my website, writingtomakeadifference.com. If you have a question for a future session of Ask Dalya Live, please use the form in the link below. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Visit my website and sign up for my free newsletter for more tips. The links all appear below. I look forward to hearing about your successes and answering more of your questions during the next session of Ask Dalya Live on Wednesday, June 23rd. See you then!